Howdy folks, I'm Brian,
I'm Amber.
and here's some Reddit. Our first story is titled, Am I a Jerk for Refusing to Pay for a Missed Appointment Fee? I had an appointment to get my hair cut and colored last week. They have a policy, of which I was never made aware of, that canceling an appointment with less than 24 hours notice is a $25 fee. When I arrived, the stylist was sick. He had snot running down his face and hacking and coughing everywhere. He said it's just a cold that went to his lungs and now he has bronchitis. He indicated that it definitely wasn't COVID because he already had that and it felt different, but he wasn't even tested. I told him I wasn't comfortable with letting him cut my hair when he was this sick. He laughed at me and coughed at me. So I packed up and went to leave. And the manager told me that I owe them $25 if I canceled. I flat out told them, no way. You want $25, you can sue me for it, and walked out. I left scathing review online and have literally told everyone I know about my negative experience. I'm actually friends with the stylist's husband, so it's lots of mutual friends and clients I'm talking with about this. The thing that bothered me the most was that when he laughed and coughed at me, I really don't care if it's COVID or the flu or a cold, I don't want it, and I feel he shouldn't be working this close to people when he's sick. The manager called me to insist on a fee, but I'm sticking to my guns. No fee will be paid unless they sue me for it, period. In the meantime, I'll never do business with them again. Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk? Not the jerk?
Not the jerk.
Amber says not the jerk. This is such a unreasonable point of view for these folks to have. Like, if you're not comfortable getting your hair cut by someone who is sick, then I don't think that you need to pay a $25 cancellation fee. I don't know. Like, I do know that they need to make a living, and like if they're understaffed and they have to like have appointments and whatnot, I do understand it, but not everyone's going to be comfortable getting their hair cut with someone who is sick. And I think the courtesy would have been to give them a 24-hour call and be like, hey, our stylist is a little under the weather. Do you mind if you still get your hair cut on that day? And then they could have let OP decide about that. But I think it's a little absurd that they are pushing this so hard, because what are they going to gain out of this? Like, they don't look like the good people in this story here. So, yeah, I definitely can see the point of view from OP. I really wouldn't want my hair cut by someone who is hacking and coughing and had snot running down their face. It's just kind of gross. So, yeah. Anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk, intentionally coughing on someone, with COVID or not, can face assault charges and criminal liability, especially since they were sick and still coughed on them. It's definitely assault. OP should call the health department on them. Even bronchitis is nasty to get and contagious. If they try suing you, sue them back for endangering your health. Not the jerk. Not the jerk. As far as I'm concerned, your hairstylist, for not informing you that he had bronchitis until you showed up for the appointment, is a legitimate public health reason to walk out and cancel. Yeah. Alright, our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for not cleaning my Airbnb after they charged me a ridiculous cleaning fee? I stayed at an Airbnb and they charged me $105 for a cleaning fee. I didn't see the instructions until after we were there. I'm not sure if it was hidden or if they updated it or what. I only saw it when they texted us. The instructions were to take out the trash, the dumpster is about a quarter mile away, to put all the sheets in the washing machine, to scrub all the table counters, to wash out the shower, mop the floors, and other stuff. This was ridiculous. There's a cleaning fee of $105 when we're literally doing all the cleaning. My wife and I decided not to do any of the cleaning at all, and other than the basic stuff. If we spilled food on the counter, I obviously cleaned it up and I flushed the toilet, but I'm not going to go out of my way to scrub out the shower sinks and the floors and take the trash out after that. The Airbnb owner called me and said that I was a massive jerk for not cleaning it up, and how I should be doing what I'm supposed to be doing or whatever. I just hung up. Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk? Not the jerk?
Not the jerk.
This is an interesting situation. I mean, this is actually really kind of unique in some ways. I think that if they're charging you a cleaning fee, then the bulk of the cleaning should be on them and not you. If, on the other hand, there's no cleaning fee, I think that they would be a little more warranted and justified for them to ask for you to clean up, do a better job at cleaning. So I think that and again, like if it was a $105 cleaning deposit, where if you clean up well, then you get it back, then that's a different story entirely. But I seriously doubt it costs $100 to hire a maid for an hour to go ahead and clean out a place. I mean, I guess it depends on or with the area that the house is in, but it probably isn't going to cost that much, So I don't think that OP's the jerk in this situation. It doesn't sound like they absolutely trashed the place, but it doesn't sound like they followed these kind of cleaning instructions to a T, where they took all these other things and did all these things. So yeah. Anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk, you can either have me do the cleaning or you can charge me for the cleaning, but you can't have both. If you left it absolutely disgusting, then obviously that's different, but you said you didn't. Yeah, like there's a general level of cleanliness expected. Dishes, don't leave garbage laying around, put it in the can, etc. But beyond that, it's why you pay for cleaners. I've met a couple of truly delusional Airbnb hosts, and I think that some delude themselves into thinking that the word host means that they're bestowing guests with a huge special favor in allowing them to hire out their property, instead of providing customers a paid service. Our next letter is titled, "Am I a jerk for telling my HOA to F off because my son violated their curfew?" My dumb HOA imposed a 9:45 curfew for those under 18 in our HOA, mostly because of minors drinking and doing illicit substances in the park and playground. I think that there may have been some graffiti and vandalism. Seems pretty reasonable, right? To F over everyone else for the actions of a few, which, by the way, has done nothing to stop whoever is doing this. The problem actually got worse after their curfews. But now, whenever the kids lose track of time, they end up having to spend the night at a neighbor's house in fear of getting in trouble with the HOA and for breaking curfew. This is stupid as laws banning guns or drugs. I'm pretty sure it's unconstitutional, and there's a talk of a lawsuit. My 17-year-old son works at a movie theater and comes home from work oftentimes at midnight or so. He has been asked by the HOA board members why he's violating curfew, and he explains why. They said it doesn't matter, and he's getting a warning. He told them to go to the Hades underworld, and he doesn't respect or give them any kind of mind. I got a letter with a fine, and I responded back and told them that I'm not paying. I got a visit from the HOA member, and he told me that I'm getting fined as long as my son violates curfew. I told him to eat garbage and close the door. I'd like to see them bring this to court. They keep coming to me, and I just slam the door on them. Alright, folks, what do you think? Jerk? Not the jerk?
Not the jerk.
I think that this person isn't the jerk necessarily, and I think that I think that the HOA's laws here are completely unreasonable, so I'm not saying that. I think that them slamming the doors in the HOA's face instead of trying to address this with, the proper, avenues potentially is, a little, out of taste, I guess. But I can't blame them for being upset or frustrated with the HOA either, or the HOA representatives who aren't listening here. The son is going to work, and it seems odd that there is an exception for, people who are traveling between, work and home. And they're assuming that all of this graffiti or other things that are being done to whatever park that they're trying to protect is being done by the HOA members' kids. What happens if it's an outsider? I mean, who are they going to find then, I mean, maybe it's just some bored kids from outside the neighborhood who are coming around to use the park that's in the HOA. And not that I'm saying that this is the case. I'm just saying that it could be anyone who's doing this. It doesn't even necessarily have to be kids. It could be young people, old people. It could be anyone. Maybe Grandpa has decided that he hates the HOA and he's just gonna go and spray paint the graffiti all over the walls. I don't know. But the thing is that I think they're being a little bit heavy-handed with this rule, and I think that there needs to be an exception for things like work, and traveling to and from work. And I think that the legal avenue of pursuing a legal action against the HOA is probably what's going to end up getting this kind of revised and to the point of legal. Because I don't think what they're doing here is right or, legal in the respect that has to be some kind of exemption for, working and stuff like that. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk, get a lawyer. They need to draft a letter to the HOA and get that fine dismissed. If you don't, then the HOA can put a lien on your house, etc. Curfews always allow for employment travel, so this would be no different, but they need to be put in their place before you have to deal with the consequences. Exactly this. HOAs can foreclose and sell your house right from underneath of you to pay for ignored fines. That's kind of scary that they have that kind of power.
Yeah. Very scary.
Alright, our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Not Letting My Mother-in-Law Babysit My Daughter? My daughter is breastfed exclusively, and my mother-in-law knows this. When I bring my daughter to my mother-in-law's house, I bring enough breast milk that she will have plenty with all the bottles and equipment for her. I've recently found out that she is only feeding my daughter formula because she believes that breast milk is dirty and has been throwing out all of my breast milk. She said it to my face that breast milk is dirty because mothers who have adult fun time pollute their own bodies. She has never liked me, and I've tried to get along with her, but my husband just keeps his head down and refuses to speak up in my defense. I've hired a babysitter and won't let my mother-in-law babysit my daughter, and my husband and I have been fighting because she is crying to him, and he doesn't see how it's a big deal how our daughter is fed. I feel like my family is getting split apart. I'm gritting my teeth, and I let my mother-in-law walk all over me because my husband... But this is outrageous to me because it should be my choice how my baby is fed. But am I wrong for not letting her babysit her anymore because I don't trust her to follow how I want my baby fed? Alright, folks, what do you think? Jerk? Not the jerk?
Not the jerk. Very much not the jerk.
Amber says, a big old not the jerk. OP, I don't think that you're the jerk in this situation, and I think that your husband needs to stand up to your mother-in-law and, tell her that she needs to back off in this respect. But in the case that he continues on this line, maybe mother-in-law is right. Maybe adult fun time does pollute the milk. And maybe, just maybe, you should tell your husband that and see how he likes it when you don't want to pollute your breast milk anymore and you agree with mother-in-law. Let's put it that way. I think that maybe, just maybe, he might grow enough of a spine to tell his mother to stop it with the nonsense. I've never heard this before. This is such a unique, thing that I've heard, or this adult fun time is going to pollute your breast milk and make it so that the baby has unclean breast milk. What a weird thing. Has anyone else heard about this before? Because this is literally the first time I'm hearing about it. It seems really weird to me. So yeah, I don't think OP is the jerk in this situation, but I think OP has some tools at their disposal to potentially help them in their cause. Let's put it that way. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk. Your husband should have taken your side and stood up to his mother. You are her mother and you get to decide what's best for her, not grandma. She already raised her share of kids. I would not leave her alone with your child for extended periods of time, again, considering that she is spewing very strange, hateful excuses as to why she doesn't like breastfeeding that don't make any sense. I mean, she could just stop adult fun time with her husband for the next year and a half to avoid polluting the breast milk, see if that helps her husband find his spine. Not the jerk, the only person splitting your family apart is a woman calling you dirty. You don't have to accept that. Your husband needs to get on your side ASAP. Or the implication is that he agrees with her treating you that way. You don't have to accept that either. In which case, splitting apart your family would be a healthy choice for you. Splitting apart families isn't inherently bad if the family you're leaving behind was hurting you. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like. And if you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.